Oh, yes. Okay, I'll be honest. Maybe this looked a little bit cooler in my head. To be honest, I think it looks pretty cool anyway. Glasses don't come out till later tonight, though, when we get to the Ashes stream. Bang! There we go. Here we are. International Rugby League, ladies and gentlemen. Look, those of you who are, like, proper rusted on fans of mine, and basically, that means in my mind you're in the Discord, will know I have the most utterly insane little exam period in, like, these few days here at uni. But I don't care, genuinely, because screw education when two countries are playing each other at rugby league. That's what I've always said. I actually think it was Plato, one of the great thinkers of the ancient Greek time, who said international rugby league above all else. And he phrased it rugby league as well, not even rugby league. So good to see you all here. This is one I am expecting to be nothing short of huge. And when I don't use the phrase huge lightly. Last year, all of my biggest streams ever were Papua New Guinean streams, right? And I will admit, this year, the numbers have been even slightly lower. Just a little bit lower. And that has surprised me. But I think that's because Papua New Guinea were playing against the Australia PMs 13 and then playing against the Cook Islands. Realistically, love the Cook Islands. I don't know if the interest is all that high. But today, I'm expecting a pretty much packed out Santos International Stadium. I'm expecting a hell of a game between PNG and Fiji. This, to me, is genuinely 50-50. Genuinely 50-50. So, I'm properly excited. Properly excited. Bro, looks like he's had too much to drink. Do I? I've had nothing to drink. I don't drink. Oh, wait. I think I know why the lighting looks different. To be honest, I kind of like this lighting, but it is a little different. Hang on. There we go. That's my normal lighting. Better? I don't know. I think this is worse. I think this is worse. Let me know. Let me know. Anyway, I'm doing very, very well, and I want to know how all of you guys are doing. Because this is a wonderful little distraction for me. Wonderful little distraction. Good afternoon, all. I'm just setting up the page for the next scene, basically, the Fiji versus PNG actual game page. Ollie, yes, I have seen the podcast. So, for those of you who don't know, Expert Ollie, absolute pillar of the Leaguie community, he's launched a podcast, and I was on the first episode of it. Very, very flattering. So, yeah. Are you watching Ashes game 2? Yes, I will do that later tonight. The Rugby League Ashes, to be clear. I will be watching the cricket as well when that comes about, but obviously that's not for a little while. I was very much sort of questioning, is this the right decision? My university professors would absolutely say, no, sir, you need to learn about equity and trust law. But, you know, inshallah, basically, I'm not a Muslim, but I believe in the principle. So fundamentally, I think that's all good. Should be studying for externals, but I found myself watching this stream. I should be studying for internals, but I found myself doing this stream. Joe said, love the collab with Bloke in a Bar. It was, I mean, I've spoken about it a lot, so I'll just only touch on it briefly, but an utter dream come true. It's like literally being on your favorite TV show. I've listened to that podcast for half a decade. There was a decent chance I was going to be back on this Monday, if not for the fact that I have a 9 a.m. exam in Canberra. So couldn't really get up for a, 10:30 recording up in Sydney. But yeah, is what it is. DP Beardshaw. Well, that's a name I might recognize. Hey, mate, love the Ukraine Rugby League video. Had nothing but great feedback from everyone who has seen it. There we go, from Dan Beardshaw. For those of you who don't know, that is the head coach of the Ukrainian Rugby League right there in the chat. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was a hell of a conversation. I really loved having it with you. You were very open, very honest. And as I said at the end, and I said this to you as well in the interview, it is a great tragedy in my mind that I'm the one covering that story. It should be someone else, someone better resourced, someone with more experience, but is what it is. I'll take it. I was very happy with the video. So yes. Did you do a live with a Warriors content creator? I have not. There is a Warriors content creator who I'm, I'd say, friends with, Raging Rory. And definitely keen to do something with her sometime soon. We've sort of, I guess, teased it for a while. Anyway, for the time being, let's get into the teams just before they do the anthems, because I'll be quiet during the anthems. These odds have tightened up. Looking at the changes compared to earlier in the week. Okay, Finlay Glare. It is, not Glare. They said Glare last time. Starts at halfback. That's no Lachlan Lamb. That's a massive concern for me. What the hell has happened to Lachlan Lamb? Before it starts at prop, and the anthems have started, so I'm just going to touch on this. Lamb on the bench? What? Okay, anyway. I'll be quiet during the anthems. I love that Fijian anthem so much. Both these nations have genuinely brilliant anthems. They go properly hard. Why the hell is Lamb not starting? I'll touch on that a little bit later. PNG anthem now. Alrighty. As I said, do love those anthems. They're both genuinely just kind of banging. Yes, so I saw a few people in the chat. Want to say, Smart Guy is one of the legends of the Leaguie community. Wishing everyone well in Southeast Queensland. I don't know completely what's going on there. He said something about a storm. Feels like there's always storms going on there, so hopefully you guys are all good up there. There are a couple of other people say that they're actually at this game and that the atmosphere is very good. I can see some empty seats sort of behind the goalpost, but we did see this last week where people sort of come in a little bit stagnated to this stadium. I'm expecting a sellout. Let's see the Fijian hymn before the game. I love the fact that you got nations like New Zealand, Tonga, Samoa, who do a more intimidating style of pre-match ceremony. But Fiji is just so beautiful, so unique, and so marketable. I always say that about our international game. It's an incredibly marketable game. And that's a brilliant example of it. Dan Beardshaw says, I'm backing Fiji here, same as everyone. We want a great game. Well, exactly that, Dan, and I do think it will be a genuinely very, very good game. These two sides, in my mind, are very equally matched. I'm surprised to see Lachlan Lamb not starting. That is something that I find it very difficult to get over, personally. I thought he was brilliant against the Cook Islands last game that they played. Put in a genuine, proper halfback performance. We'll be looking closely to see what Finley Blair does in terms of his performance today with Lamb, a former captain of Papua New Guinea. Now onto the bench. But it is interesting because Fiji were a lot shorter odds coming into this game than they are right now. I'm not one to promote gambling, but it's, you know, a nice indicator of how people, you know, think the game is going to go. And this is very, very even. So, yeah, it's I think this is going to be a very, very good one, genuinely. And, you know, tomorrow, I'm not necessarily expecting the closest of games. I think New Zealand have too much quality. So this is probably the best we're going to get this weekend. Tonight with Australia and England, that could be ugly. So enjoy this while you got it. Smart guy, I don't need to press it. Well, actually, you know, I can. I mean, I didn't promote gambling, so it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, whatever. Finley Blair is not as good as Lachlan Lamb. Look, I haven't seen much of Finley Blair, so I can't really make a comment on that necessarily. But I love Lachlan Lamb. So yeah, it has certainly surprised me. All right, as always, I will let you know when they've kicked off on my screen. It might be a little behind you, might be a little in front of you. We don't know. It's always different. The beauty of live sports, ladies and gentlemen. But it's Zach Laybutt of the North Queensland Cowboys getting ready to kick us off. There we go. That's boot to ball, and I will get the timer up on the screen as soon as I can. Curious to see the kit that Fiji have, because that's not their black and blue that they have played in the past. A black and white style. Very Western Suburbs Magpies for those of you out there from Western Sydney. You'll be loving that. All right, timer should be going in just a moment. Bang, there we go. Okay. So there's a run there from Semi Valame. Another North Queensland Cowboy. There's quite a few of them are playing in this fixture, it feels like. Although Robert Derby, obviously, not in the side for Papua New Guinea. I think it was a concussion protocol from memory from last week. So first kick of the game, Brandon Wakeham, and the stands are definitely filling up a little bit more. Oh, Jesus. Donahue had a very good go at that. He knocked it on eventually, and Morea's got it. But, geez, that was a threatening attacking kick. And now a penalty to Papua New Guinea off the back of it. That man at fullback, Morea, he's someone who I was going to mention on last week's Bloke in a Bar podcast. We didn't spend a lot of time on the PNG versus Cook Islands game, but his stats were outstanding. I'll see if I can find them, actually, because I remember I did make a note of it. I deleted the note. But it was like 174 meters or something, a ton of line break assists in particular. For my man, Morea squared, it was pretty impressive. Hello, Zuch. How are you going? Expect to see big hits from PNG? Of course. I always say that they literally look like they're built like just bricks. Proper bricks. My boy Nixon Put, in particular. I don't know why. Whenever I look at Nixon Put, I'm like, that man is just geometrically insane. He's the number 12 for Papua New Guinea today. So on report there, Penioni Tungi Tuamua. I only mention that because I learned how to say his name, and I'm very proud of myself for it. So that's the hooker there for Fiji on report. Vicho picked a losing team, though. He picked on without Lachlan Lamb. That I will say. But, you know, you got still a lot of quality in there, and we'll see how Lamb is used throughout the game. George says, I got a Bulldogs DVD in my room when I was awake. Like, you got one delivered? That's very cool. What do you think of Ryan Pappenhausen? Adore him. I mean, he's my Dutch king. As there's a good catch there from Fiji. I was curious to see that release because I thought it would be pretty much on the proviso that he would go to Rugby 360, but then the Storm CEO came out and said he's free to sign with any other NRL club. Then again, Pappenhausen put out a post himself saying that he's looking to just explore beyond Rugby League, so that would, you know, be an indicator of that. So the Fiji defensive line is rushing a lot quicker than Fiji are comfortable with. NMG doesn't bite. Okay, good run there, Ronald Filitonga, as I just said in commentary, the man on debut. And he draws a penalty. Nicely done. So a penalty either way to start this game. NMG's given both penalties, both teams, penalties out of their own end. I saw that Pappenhausen could go to Japan. Definitely could. It's a solid option for him. The man who, like, I mean, I've been saying for weeks that is sort of the forgotten man in rugby league. And even now, with the Pappenhausen news, I feel like he's still not getting spoken about enough. Suafa Alongo. That man, bro, put him in your Supercoach team next year. He is about to be a superstar. I promise you. That dude has the goods. He absolutely has the goods. England or Australia? Australia will win. I hope England do, though. I hope England do. All right, 6 more there. So Adam G gives away yet another one to start this game. So it's been a little bit of ref involvement early on, but hey, I enjoy that. I like it. That's right up my alley. Wakeham digging into the line there. Gives it to Donahue and Buller, the man who scored 4 tries in the first half. Yeah, against Cook Islands in the last game. I just said that and then Jake Duke said it. So that's why I was like off balance there. The record before that was 3 tries for Fiji in a game. He broke it in one half. It was pretty insane. Happy to AFL, I don't think is a thing. I mean, I really doubt it anyway. And there's a knock on there, and they're already getting sort of into it. Tane Milne wasn't very happy. The man, the myth, the legend, the cult hero, Tane Milne. Love him. Hello, NRL Head. How are you going? Kiwi says, what a try by PNG. I'm not sure what game you're watching, Brev, but I've just seen Fiji knock it on, so I don't know. Who are you going for in this game? PNG. But to be honest, I'm super neutral on this. Like, I want to see both of these rugby league federations do well. I think we're, putting the infrastructure in place down PNG to get the most out of it. I think Fiji is an area that we could grow a lot more. It's a nation of nearly 1 million people. Alfred says, I thought you said Pappy will represent Netherlands. No, as now another penalty. Dudley DeToy gets that one on Wakeham. Pappenhausen has said in the past, in rugby league, he would be willing to represent the Netherlands. But the Federation reached out to the Melbourne Storm on a number of occasions, and the Storm kind of understandably didn't want to release him to go play sort of, park footy standard given his injury history. So yeah, I mean, look, I'm sure if, say, the number of World Cup teams hadn't been reduced and the Netherlands had been able to qualify somehow, I'm sure Pappenhausen wouldn't have been playing for them in the World Cup. Pretty much. Yeah, I've spoken a lot about Pappenhausen, so if you want to hear my thoughts on it, just rewind a little bit. Alex Johnson is up over the 40. Smart Guy says, the Leaguie Netherlands jersey sponsor when? I've already done it. Did you not see my post in the Discord? To be fair, I have yet to sort of make a bit of content on it, but I'm on their shirt. It's their training shirt, but yeah, my logo's on their training shirt. All right, pass there from Voro, the new cult hero of Papua New Guinea. I actually know his name now. I'm not just going to refer to him as Jerome Luai. Edwin Apape and a dummy half on the 4th. Wanted to go to DeBellin. Doesn't go to DeBellin, and it's ruled just back down from Fiji. So PNG are going to get 6 more tackles here. Brandon Wakeham wasn't very happy about it. Another was Jareen Buller. Whose shirt? The Netherlands Rugby League. Yes, my logo is on the back of there. It's like, it's small. It's, in with a number of other companies. I'll see if I can find the picture, because it was, I'll put it up on screen if I can. I was tagged in like an Instagram post, so it was a while ago, to be fair. As they're singing in the crowd. I thought it sounds like the one that Fiji sing, but no, it must be Papua New Guinea. All righty. Papua New Guinea with a set of 6. They're about 25 meters out. What do you think about the women's game between Tonga girls and PNG girls? Hard for me to comment. I literally only just caught the end of it, so I didn't really watch it. As much as I love women's rugby league, I just did not have the time. Ian has donated $8 saying, we streaming live? I mean, I am live right now. If you mean, am I showing the game? I think you know the answer to that. You of all people. And there's a knock on there from DeBellin of all people. Jeez. The veteran, the experienced NRL man, definitely the most experienced player on the field. With the knock on there. Parramatta bound, Jack DeBellin, of course. Dan Binshaw says, we'll have to get you on the Ukraine jersey next year. I mean, look. I've got certain allegiances to the Netherlands. I will just say that. As much as I love what you guys are doing in Ukraine, I think I've got to stay true to my Dutch brothers. Australia versus England game 2 prediction. I think it will be a larger Australian win than the first time, to be honest. So, do you have a PNG Kumuls jersey? No, I do not. I actually don't have that many international jerseys. Kind of doesn't matter when I just wear this green suit jacket all the time. 24/7, actually. I sleep in it. Fun fact. So, yes. All right. Fiji coming out of their own end. They're on the 3rd here. Just over sort of 45 out of their own end. Milne does pass it back. It was a bit risky, and the ruling is it was knock on. I don't know about that. I sort of disagree. But we do have the view from the side of the field. It is obviously difficult to make a judgment like that when you're referee, but they are going to challenge it. Okay. I think they're going to win this challenge, to be honest. I have a feeling. I'm still looking for this photo I was tagged in. Can't quite see it. England will be better. They'll make a game of it. I hope you're correct. I certainly hope you're correct. But to be honest, I think Australia will be significantly better. I think that they can be significantly better. And I don't know if England have the cattle to counter what Australia are doing. Thoughts on the Six Nations League tournament, the rugby union? I really wouldn't know. I really wouldn't know, to be honest. I'm not a rugby union man. Oh, my internet's just cut out on the stream I was watching it on. So I don't know if it's successful or not. And yes, I can't find this photo. Anyway, I'll try and... I put it in the Discord. Someone can probably find it. One of my Discord mods in the chat. Go back and find. I've said that many images, I feel. If one of you could do it, that would be magnificent. Still haven't got my stream back up. Now I have. They're still looking at it. Jesus. Oh, no. They're playing on, are we? Sorry. I genuinely don't know whether that was successful. Oh, no, it must have been successful. It must have been successful. Okay. There we go. Because they have the ball. Bang. Proposed league tournament on Triple M. I'm not across it. This is the first I've heard of that. I like the structure we've got now, to be honest. What's the proposal then, in that case? All right, Papua New Guinea with the ball coming out of their own, and Morea in at dummy half. Gives it across to Alex Johnson, the man who will, I think, in the first month, maybe month and a half of the NRL, break that try-scoring record. Thoughts on NRL going into South African schools to get talent for the Perth Bears? They have 500,000 registered rugby players, as Ipape pins ears back and goes to the halfway line. That's a massive area of growth potential. We're going to see next week the South African Rugby League team play. I think they're going to get battered by Cook Islands, to be honest. Vodo's got a little bit of space. Oh, it's like Luai in Origin. It is like Luai in Origin in 2024. They got one more to go here. They're going back to the short side. Kick from Glare. Oh, Detroit can't quite knock it back. That crowd is packed. South Africa has to have growth potential. The only thing is that it's so, like, rugby union and the Springboks are so institutionalized there. It's a really, really tough ask to grow more. While there's growth potential, I think from an NRL perspective, we do need to be a bit more focused. We've got this Papua New Guinea thing. There's a lot of work to be done there in terms of infrastructure. I don't know if we should be taking on South Africa at the same time as we're taking on PNG, at the same time as we're taking on Global Round. I love the ambition. I think I'm probably one of the more ambitious big dreamers in the game, but it is a big ask. Morea's in a bit of space. Can't find the photo. I swear, maybe I didn't send it in the Discord. I thought I did. Papua New Guinea have scored, though. And it's that man that I've been praising the whole time. The entire time.
He's the greatest. He's the best.
The international game. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that crowd. Look at that crowd. That is Maria, right? I certainly hope it is. It looked like Maria. Yeah, it was. My man, Jesus. After I praised him at the start of the game, Maria squared. Let's go. Here we go. So Alfred says, the 6 teams will be Australia, New Zealand, England, Samoa, Tonga, PNG. You'd be leaving out Fiji, hanging them out to dry a fair bit. It's hard. I actually don't think I would like that for 2 reasons. One, you get a hell of a lot of blowouts if you had Australia playing PNG, Fiji, for instance. But then the other side of that equation is that that's pretty much the World Cup, especially when the World Cup is only 10 teams. So then you've like got the World Cup every year, which is, it devalues it a little bit, I'd say. Thoughts on the Elon Musk version of Wikipedia? What is that? All right, we've got a kick from in front here. Reece Martin, the sharp shooting back roll with the man to take it. I'm going to have a look on my phone just as this conversion is being taken to see if I can find the picture. It was a little while ago, to be fair. He'll knock this one over, I think, pretty confidently. It's from literally right in front, so there shouldn't be too many dramas. I can't see it. Surely I would have taken a screenshot. Appin says, "Can you live stream? We don't want to hear voice." You speak for everyone, do you, bro? You speak for everyone. I think there's a fair few people here who are happy with my commentary. I hope so, anyway. But no, that's a crime. So, Tuikama Kamitha's the man now. Right, okay, that's my bad. I wasn't looking at that. That's a big loss. I mentioned that Jack de Belin is the most experienced player on the field. Tui's Fiji's one, so damn. All right, Reece Martin from right in front. That's a big loss for Fiji. That's their spiritual leader. Reece Martin knocks it over. The inconsistency in camera quality is pretty stark, to be fair. I will mention that. But anyway, 6 points to know. Why is the timer frozen? That's not the correct time. Oh. Hang on. I'll fix the clock. The actual amount of time that has passed is 12 minutes, not 56 seconds. There we go. Okay. Yes, we love your commentary. Thank you. That is appreciated. That's what I needed to hear. Tiger says, "Good on you for helping out those small creators at Bloke in a Bar." Someone said, it's nice of the Leaguie to let Den in on his podcast again. All right. So who will come on then for Fiji as they get they give away a penalty to PNG? It'll be Ben Nakubuai to come onto the field to become a Kamitha. Fiji jersey looks like the old Wires jersey. I think it looks like more of a Magpies jersey, to be honest. So, thoughts on Kim Jong-un visiting a biscuit factory? Is that a thing? Did that happen? The thing, I'm quite, I would say, geopolitically informed. I don't know why I keep getting asked about them, though, like when I'm doing live streams. Oh, and there's a knock on there from Papua New Guinea. Pape thought he was away. Oh, is it a knock on, or is they just been called back? No, they're just being called back. Told to play the ball. All right. DeBella, nice little pass there to find his front rower. That was good going. Ball playing to Capenius. All right, Pape. Geez, he's running out of dummy half a lot. Maria, high contact. PNG have got Fiji just rolling backwards right now. Absolutely rolling backwards. Google North Korea beats Brazil. Is this like the where they do the highlight reels and they show like the North Korean team smashing everyone? Do you think PNG is the best crowd in the NRL? They will do when they have an NRL team. They are my favorite rugby league fans in the world. So, yeah. All right. PNG with a fresh attacking set right on the Fijian line. Votto. Nice pass underneath. Jeez, it was juggled by Valentine Richard. But he got it in the end. Ipape into dummy half. Will go to the left. Goes himself. He's got there. Edwin Ipape, if he scored this, he has. He is having a blinder. He's having an absolute blinder. This guy, I mentioned he's been running out of dummy half at literally every opportunity, pinning the ears back. He gets one close to the line and bang, there he is. I just saying, I tipped PNG. I did tip PNG. So I'm comfortable right now. Just want to highlight my absolute genius coming into this. Are they building a new stadium in PNG? They have plans to renovate this stadium. So it's not quite building a new one, but they are going to renovate and I believe expand this stadium. Thoughts on PNG as a format? I love it. I use it way more than JPEG, so big fan. Ah, okay, I found the picture. Wow, I really did not think I'd be able to do that. Okay, hang on, I need to, I'll put it up on the screen. It's a special exclusive just for you guys, but I'm going to need a couple minutes to do it. Because I need to get it from my phone to my computer. All right, Reece Martin will line up the kick. Back in the 2010 Soccer World Cup, North Korea lost 2-1 to Brazil, but the North Korean news, I have seen this, showed that the North Korean team, showed the North Korean goal twice and said they won 2-0. And also the World Cup. I have seen those things. I was skeptical when I first saw it as to how real they were. But, yes. I mean, it does seem kind of on brand, doesn't it? 12 points to nil. Papua New Guinea winning this one with only 12 minutes gone. Wait. Is that correct? No, I don't think it is correct. I think my time has stopped again. So Tuakama Kamitha will not come back. That's huge. That is huge. Can confirm the timer is not working. I'll try and set it up again from scratch. 12 points is nothing in the modern game, in the 6-again era, but PNG are looking great. Look at that run from Valentine Richard right off the back fence. Rugby League. Rugby League, ladies and gentlemen. Older timer would never do this. Older timer would do this all of the time. All of the time. Older timer was terrible. I gave up on older timer. This time is great.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so they're up to the 40 here, PNG. Ipape out of dummy half again. He is running. I swear, this man is going to set a record for the amount of run meters for a hooker in a game. He's absolutely on a mad one. Look at that from Ipape. Look at the pass. Go on, PNG. Beautiful flick. Piano Unitangi to him knocks it on. Votto gets it. It'll be 6 more. PNG are rolling. Votto with the ball. They've got space out on the right-hand side. They give it to McDonald. McDonald's in. McDonald has scored. Nene McDonald is in. Happy meals all round. Let's go. Jesus, this Harlem Globetrotters stuff. That's insane. Edwin Ipape is dominating. Absolutely dominating. Oh, we're going to have a look at the touchline. Okay, I might have given these points prematurely. Beautiful flick passing, though. Let's see. Yeah, it was brilliant from Valentine Richard. So at worst, this will be a knock on Fiji unless PNG are ruled to have taken advantage. I would say the PNG have taken their advantage, but we'll see. So Votto gets it. Eyes up play. Sees it. There's space out there to the right. He's got Nene McDonald and Alex Johnson, 2 premier finishers. Gets it to McDonald. I think it's Jareen Buller's the man who's trying to make the tackle. Or is it Kitione Kautonga? It looks like it's carton. Yeah, that's fine. Bang! Thank you for the follow, FBGTAI on Twitch, and also Sebastian on YouTube. Thank you very much. Damn, try confirmed. Dean, I ain't even entertaining that one. And for those of you who are keen to see, I've got the photo. I've got the photo of the back of the Netherlands training jersey. Bosh. Okay. So, wait, no, okay. You can see in like the bottom left corner. It's me. Yeah, it's me. That's crazy. Look at me go. So, yeah, the league is officially international now. This photo is so amazing. I agree, George. It is so amazing. Did you have to pay for it? Yes, I did have to pay for it. That, as sponsorships do tend to go, to be fair. But yes, I'll make a little short on it. I just, to be fair, have not got around to it. But now I've got the photo, I will. Your logo looks weird on that jersey. Okay. It is black and white. Kick from the sideline for Reece Martin. He's swinging it around. Oh, that's stunning. Oh, the boy is clutch. I remember it was the 2021 World Cup, I believe. He was trying to break the Guinness World Record for most consecutive goals kicked. And he was like 2 or 3 short. He missed one. It was devastating. RS says, thoughts on Palace beating Liverpool? Beating Liverpool thrice by Halloween. Have Palace beaten Liverpool thrice already? That's insane. Catch the France versus Jamaica game? I did not, but I do know that France won, in turn qualifying for the World Cup. I'd love to be watching more International Rugby League. I just haven't had the time. No Mesh, no Discord. No Discord, unfortunately. Not where I'm streaming it anyway. I have a Discord, but nah, I'm in favor of the law. I know. Look, I know it's tough for everyone to be able to get it, but to be fair, this is available on free-to-air television. You could use a VPN. All right. I mean, in large part, to be fair, as well as just my own kind of unease with it, if I ever wanted to get a job as a journalist, it'd look pretty bad if I was just robbing from these companies. You know what I mean? So, Dreamballer does play at the ball there. Alex Johnson has picked him up. They're going to try and force him in goal. They are, and they will. Alex Johnson, what a play that was from him. Damn, the crowd loved that. The Papua New Guinea crowd are up and about. 18 points to 0. Only 18 minutes gone. And they have again forced Fiji into the in goal. Nice man in the Roosters jersey back there, by the way. Beautiful. France played well. They have so much potential. They do. And when you've got a man like Trent Robinson involved with them, it's always good to have that expertise in the building. They're just slowly building. Toulouse are now back up in the Super League. Growth will come. I do believe that the growth will come. All right, will they go short here, Fiji, to try and get back some of that momentum or back their defense in order to survive a potential 4th try? We'll find out. They do go kind of mid-range, to be honest. Blair gets it. It gives it to his front rower. Carpinius. I keep thinking it's Nemo, but Nemo's on the bench. Yeah, he's number 17. 9 transitions are better than the NRL season ones. Well, you mean the 9 transitions that they have in the season? Because there's 9 transitions and there's Fox ones. I love the ones that are there right now. All right, Glare gives it to Martin. Then McDonald's got the ball, sums up his opposition. Pass back inside. Martin for the line. Martin's got it. It's going to be 24. Jesus. Dude, I was confident that this was going to be a tight game. Fiji are not at the races. They ain't showed up, bruv. They ain't here. They ain't around. They ain't about. What is this? PNG are literally scoring with every opportunity they get. It's crazy. Bang. Chop Suey TV, how are you going? Fiji is so bad, to be honest. I mean, yes, there's a big part of that. I think PNG are just humming. I think they are humming, to be honest. Damn. My timer has stopped again. Okay, I don't know what this problem is. I think I might have to bin it off for today. Smart Guy, if you're here, I'm getting a quota exceeded message on the Python code for it. So yeah. Because in some respects, there's no point in having a timer up if it's not actually, accurate. Holy flogging, says Chico. Yes, sir. Definitely so far. I was not expecting this whatsoever. Who scored from PNG? Well, that try just then was Reece Martin. The other tries that have been scored today have been scored by Morea, Edwin Ipape, and Nene McDonald. RS Show says, would you rather the Roosters win the spoon, but you get a free subscription to Dom Young's OnlyFans, or the Roosters finish top 4, but you're banned from looking at Dom Young's pecs? I'm going to have to get back to you on that. Martin with a kick, swings it, gets it, bang, 24 points to 0. They're beating the clock. They're beating the clock, like quite comfortably as well. Why didn't Appy and Kickout play for Fiji? Are they injured? So Vilama Kickout is getting married, which I don't know what it's like to get married. I imagine that it's a lot of work, certainly. But, anyway, that's just my own opinion. Apicorousal, though, I could not find a reason. I looked up a reason because I kind of made a video on it, but I couldn't find one. So. Chico says, Martin's the best kicker in the NRL. Fight me. Bulldogs should never have let him go. I was very surprised when they let him go. I thought he was one of their better players back in the 2018 season. But he's had a very good career over in the Super League. So. If the Chiefs play like this, the rest of the league is cooked. But to be fair, this Fiji side is not really NRL standard. But yeah, the Chiefs are going well. Sorry, the Kumuls are going well. 2019 was okay. 2019, and it was around then. All right, Ipape with the ball on the last. He'll put a kick in himself. He's going back to the other side. They've gone right a lot today. Now they're going left. Leibart taps it back, but Fiji have got it. I want to look at these possession stats because it feels like it's just been PNG all over the ball, which, will happen when you're just constantly scoring points. Yeah, possession 63%, as well as territory 63% to the Papua New Guinea Kumuls. I did not know the Bad Bunny wore a Parramatta Eels jersey in his recent concert. Why the hell did he do that? I did think with Oasis, my boys, Oasis, coming up to Sydney, as Donahue knocks it on, got to get Liam in like a Roosters jersey. Got to get him in a Roosters jersey. I am Fake Man has subscribed. Well, thank you for being here. I can see that 61 of you in the YouTube chat. If you are new here, we're trying to hit 10K by the end of the year. So if you haven't subscribed, that'd be massively appreciated. We need 650 more to get there within 2 months. Doable, but we need your help. I need your help. Thoughts on 9/11? Prefer 7/11. To be fair. Jesus, yeah. So there we go. They're showing the last 10 minutes possession, 84% PNG, and they're going to get the ball back again now. So it could be 30 before long. Leibart can't quite get past his Cowboys teammate, Valame. Are you subbed to Chad Townsend? I'm absolutely subbed to Chad Townsend. Anyone who's not subbed to Chad Townsend clearly doesn't know ball. Have England changed their team? They have. They've got AJ Brimson starting fullback. They've got Harry Smith starting halfback. And Morgan Smithies comes onto the bench. I think there might be some others, but those are the ones off the top of my head. Decent run to Bellin. He's taking a settler up towards the middle. There's 2 tackles left here. Pape goes himself. Gives it to Cooper Bye. Cooper Bye got away from one. Doesn't quite get to the line there. That was brilliant scramble defense from Fiji. I thought for sure that Cooper was going to score there. Pape's in a dummy half. Was that a kick? Jeez. Okay, so Edwin Pape put a kick in, and I think it's forced a goal line dropout. That was unconventional, but anyway, he did it. Shane Flanagan on commentary? Yes. Correct. He was a former, coach of Papua New Guinea. Chica says, no, Yo is out. Where's Murray where we need him? Well, there's 2 sides to that. I mean, yes, Yo is out. It was a concussion last week. You'll be fine. But in terms... And you don't need Murray to beat England. But Cameron Murray withdrew from Australia's selection because he didn't feel that he'd earned the position ahead of guys who've been playing all season. So, Lorenzo says the try is brewing, and on the basis of what we have seen so far in this game, you cannot argue with that. It's pretty much objective fact. DeBellin hitting it up towards the middle of the field. Good tackle there by Caleb Navale and Tane Mill. On the second, Ipape gives it to Votto. They're going to the left-hand side here. He does find his man underneath. Nixon put, my man. Nah, doesn't quite get there. We'll play it on the third. Ipape goes short side. That ball's surely hit to ground by Fiji, and it will be 6 more for Papua New Guinea. There was a gap there, I think, if Ipape had held the ball and gone himself. But regardless, there it is. Chop Suey says, how many forwards that aren't 9s or 13s have been goal kickers? Good point. Siasiwa Talkiaho comes to mind. He was a front rower. You've obviously got Reece Martin, number 12. They are rare, I will say. That's a good question. I mean, I'll extend that to the audience. Are there any other shouts beyond Martin and Siasiwa Talkiaho? I know Corey Parker, but I believe he was primarily 13. Barnett? Is Barnett a goal kicker? Really? Isn't John Sutton working for Fiji right now? Yes, he's Fiji eligible. So PNG... off the scrum, Morea gets it out to Alex Johnson on the wing, sums it up, goes himself, just takes a tackle there. So on the first, 13.5 minutes left in the first half. Nene McDonald gives it across to Blair. Now running back towards the middle of the field is my boy Sylvester Namo. They're looking good here. Ipape, short ball for Bai, and he didn't get the first one, but he's got the second one. The man with the green headgear, that's some branding that I can get behind. That's for sure, and it's 28 points to 0. What the hell is going on? This is one of the great days in Papua New Guinea Rugby League history, ladies and gentlemen. You're seeing it right here, right now. This is a shellacking. Shellacking. Bro, there's 26 minutes that have gone. They put 28 on the board. They were not favorites going into this game. This is crazy. This is crazy. Lorenzo says, I'm calling bellyache. We're signing some of these blokes. Bro, the Chiefs are good, bro. They're good. They're sweet. No worries. No worries. Son of the great Marcus Bai, of course. Yes, and the only other man I've ever seen to wear that Steeden green headgear. I wore it in the charity match this year. I'll hopefully wear it in the charity match again next year. So it's nice to see him rocking it. Chiefs winning debut season. Trust. We'll see. We will see. The stories about Cooper Bai have gone a little bit sort of quiet lately. It was that Melbourne and the Roosters were interested in him, but has gone a bit quiet. Reece Martin will get to add 2 more points to the board and take this out to 30. The veteran back row. I haven't seen any other suggestions of goal-kicking forwards except for Mitch Barnett, which is not like... I'm going to have to look that up. Is this Tiger Walker just waffling? Or is Mitch Barnett actually a goal kicker? What are your thoughts of the Magpie statue being appointed Raiders coach? That's some generational leaky lore, that is. Well done. Mitchell Barnett. Oh, he did kick 16 goals for the Knights, actually. Okay, fair. But I'm looking for someone that's more like for example, Aiden Guerra, for example. He was a, fill-in goal kicker. I'm looking for, main goal kickers of teams. Craig Fitzgibbon. Oh, my God, of course. How could I have forgotten Craig Fitzgibbon? Of course. Was it Guerra or was it Cordner? It might have been Boyd Cordner, actually. No, I swear one of them kicked goals. Anyway. You know, Papali'i is 100% on the career goated goal kicker. That's true. That's true. The milestone man. John says, how is it 30-0 already? Brother, you read my mind. I don't know. I don't know how it's 30-0 at all, let alone already. So Lamb has come up to the field, is playing dummy half, which seems like an absolute waste to me, but anyway, it is what it is. And Fiji have got the ball. Okay, so their first actual, proper attacking opportunity for ages. 0 tackle, they're 15 meters out. So run here from the rookie, Ronald Filitonga. We've got one winger's called Ronald and another outside back is called McDonald. So just pointed that out. Some great brand synergy there. Donahue at the back to Buller. He had Taruva outside him. Doesn't use Taruva. The sideline's beckoning there. We have not got a raised flag. And geez, he must have been in by millimeters. They go back towards the right-hand side. Kitione Kautonga taking a run up past the 10-meter line. Dean, what do you think my thoughts are going to be? 6 more for Fiji. Okay, so this is a brilliant attacking opportunity for them. Brilliant attacking chance. 10 minutes left to go in the first half. Fiji, the ball finds the ground there. Jareem Buller's got it. I think I just heard 6 more again there. Yes, I did. Jareem Buller is diving around a lot of them. Does take the tackle there at the hands of Bai. I don't know if they're not looking particularly threatening, to be honest. But anyway, Keresi Maya takes a run on the second. Brandon Wakeham does find underneath him Nakubuai. That's a tough one. Kurt Donahue, they've got numbers out there. Dream Buller goes himself. Oh, Jesus. Well, that's one that he would have scored against the Cook Islands. That's for sure. He was scoring them for fun. Looked like it was going to be for all money. A Dream Buller try, but brilliant sliding defense from PNG. They missed one tackle, though, on Maya. One more to go in the set here. Kick in behind. Kautonga doesn't get it. Alex Johnson has got the ball. Will he try and escape the in-goal? He won't. Johnson will just take that tackle. Damn. Why is the term hookers banned in your chat? That's news to me, Chop Suey. That is news to me. It doesn't seem to be, seeing as you were able to say it. It might be a Twitch thing. Would you rather Dom Young or Tom Hazelton? That's truly a question that I think the greatest thinkers of our time have pondered. But look, you give me a question where Dom Young is a potential option. Say no more. Say no more. I mean, I think... Okay, so Lorenzo says you could say it, Twitch will censor it. Well, then that's the case. We have to allow the term hookers, if that's up to us. As a position in rugby league, for a rugby league stream. Wait, hang on, we're reviewing this. Are we potentially looking at a sin bin of Lachlan Lamb? I'm not looking at the chat. The chat is popping off right now, and I don't want it to be spoiled for me. Let's see, is... Yeah, Lamb does sort of turn in a different direction. Play on, okay. I'm happy with that call, actually. I'm happy with that call. I did see the Brisbane Broncos visiting PNG with the NRL trophy and the NRLW trophy. It was very cool. Tom Jones or Tom Young? Who's Tom Young? Which one is more cringe? Well, I love Tom Jones. Tom Jones is my favorite probably my favorite singer of all time, to be honest. He's got my favorite voice, so I definitely don't think Tom Jones is cringe. Alrighty, Kautonga in a dummy half. Nene McDonald is down, and he's in a bit of trouble there. Donahue gives it to Milne. Yes, cool edits, you are reading this right. So Terrell Kalo is playing hooker, is he? Because he's listed as a center on NRL.com. Donahue with a run. 6 more for Fiji. So PNG are giving away a lot of tackles here, but Fiji are not looking all that threatening, to be honest. Kalo gets it across to Wakeham. Now Buller at the back. Shift to find Kitione Kautonga. That's a fair bit of NRL talent combining there. Martin with a good tackle. 3 more tackles left here. Buller in a dummy half. Spreads it across to the right. Wakeham will find Maya. And that's a good tackle there from Bai. Very good tackle. And Edwin Ipape. Donahue. There's 2 more left here. Short ball Kautonga. And I think that's knocked on. Papua New Guinea. We've seen a lot of brilliant attack from them in this game. But that was set after set after set that they defended there. Fiji didn't throw a whole lot at them, I'll be honest. But still, you have to maintain that concentration and that physicality for quite a long time. They did very well. So, very good. Up the Milk says, Leaguie, all sexual words are banned on Twitch. I could turn that off if you want to allow number 9 position name. but I would also allow some less rugby league-ish words. I see. I'd say turn it off. And if it becomes a problem where people are using those words, then we'll just turn it back on. Chico says, bro knows every player. I mean, I know that most of them. Most of them playing in this game. If it was the NRL, I definitely know everyone. But there's a number of guys that are like Q Cup, Ron Messi Cup players that I'm not really as across. So, all right, inside 7 minutes left to go in the first half. I tell you what, if PNG only go in 30-0, honestly, kind of washed. Kind of washed. Leaguie, I know you're not a Union guy, but I recommend you watch Ireland versus New Zealand in Chicago. I did not know that they're playing each other in Chicago. I'm kind of jealous of that. It'd be the first rugby union match I've watched since the Rugby World Cup. I'm going to say at least 5 years ago. So, like, it might have even been the World Cup before the last Rugby World Cup. Paul McCartney or Paul Vaughan? Which one is worse for the environment? Well, Paul Vaughan barbecues more, so yeah. Do you think Adrian Lamb should coach PNG in the World Cup? It would be cool. He was involved with the Kangaroos last World Cup, and I was sort of disappointed. Knock on there, Donahue. He's got a lot of pressure on him. He's frustrated with himself. And Fodor gives him a little bit extra. Donahue's got to prove that he's a, quality 5'8" that can play in the NRL, and now he's had a couple of errors in this game already. Chico says, is tomorrow's Ashes game at night again? Yeah, so it's not really tomorrow's game. It's tonight's game. I know it's listed as happening tomorrow, but it's 1:30. The next 1:30 a.m. to occur, pretty much. I'm streaming it, despite the fact that it's going to ruin my sleeping schedule beyond all reason. And then I have a 9 a.m. exam the next day. But anyway, is what it is. What do you think about Fiji's inevitable comeback? I don't think it's so inevitable, brother. I don't think it's so inevitable. It has been a lot of knock-ons, to be fair, Lorenzo. I'll give you that. All right. Taruva with the ball. That's high contact on him, I reckon. Yes, and it is a penalty. Bang. Which country will host the Rugby League World Cup next year? Australia and Papua New Guinea. Kalani says, been keeping up with the NBA this season. Is that a question or a statement? I have been keeping up with it as much as I can. Just watch my balls smash the Knicks. To be fair, it wasn't smash. They got that back into it a lot better. So, Kalo out of dummy half. Good tackle there from not Nixon Put. It's freaking... I always forget his name. The number 17. Anyway, it's the front row. Namo. Sylvester. I remember because it's the name of the cartoon cat. Sylvester. Alright, in a dummy half. Kartonga. Across the fine Brandon Wakeham. Decent run there from Nakubuai. They're throwing a little bit more at them here. Kalo. Oh, that's looking good. Kartonga got through. Jeez. Ooh. Has he got this down? He's not that confident. It's been awarded. To be fair, I mean, you wouldn't really be celebrating at 30-0 down, but I'll give it. I mentioned the need to keep concentration, particularly in terms of maintaining physicality, and that was an example of that, where that wasn't necessarily the most intricate or brilliant play that Fiji threw at Papua New Guinea, but it was just a simple missed tackle there. I want to have a look at the grounding, though. I mean, I think he got it, but anyway. We'll see. Show on the replay here. Yeah, that's a try. Easy. Easy as you like. Leaguie, do you think I'll be a big impact off the bench? Oh, for Leaguie's Legends, is it? Of course. Of course. Alrighty. Brandon Wakeham with a kick. Will he compensate? It is the question. The $1 million question. He's got it. Brandon Wakeham. 30 points to 6. Okay. 24 points in it. It'd be a hell of a comeback. I think it would be a record breaker in International Rugby League history, but it's not impossible. Could we not get the spam of Up the Panthers, please? So 30 points to 6 it is. There's 2.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Not necessarily done in terms of points, these two teams, for the rest of this first half. We could still see... I tell you what, if Fiji snuck another one, just a little sneaky one while no one else is watching, 30 points to 12, suddenly they're gonna think they got a little cheeky bit of momentum coming in for the rest of the game. I think Fiji will come back. I'm not sure about winning. And yeah, I mean, it depends what you define as comeback. To be fair, I don't know if I think they'll... Like, in terms of calling it a comeback, I'd need them to get the next 2 tries. And I don't necessarily think that is going to happen. So, yeah. On the second here, 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Kalo. So he's very much playing dummy half. I need to look at this, man. Because I will say, NRL.com is kind of terrible for listing positions. Positions played fullback, wing, and bench. Okay, so he's an outside back, but he's just coming in and randomly playing hooker today because they need him to. Kalo. Across to find Brandon Wakeham. All the rushing defense from Labour was okay, but Buller got away from him. Got away from a second. Back in field. Now Wakeham has got it. We'll put a kick in behind. They should have numbers out there. McDonald can't clean it up, and Alex Johnson dies on the ball. That was... They threw something at them. They definitely threw something at them. Magnetic says... Yo, Legman, so you knew a spit. Great job. Thank you. I was very pleased with the video. Didn't do that well in terms of views, but, you know, it's got niche value, so it is what it is. Alrighty. So on the third, they're halfway through this set now. Decent run there. But it's just... It's the physicality of it. This game is being played with quite a lot of physicality. That I will say. 1 minute to go. 2 tackles left here. Oh, that's a run from Edwin Pape, and he gets straight through. He hasn't got support around him. Johnson tried to come up with him. Couldn't come up with him. And Fiji will get the end of this half with the ball in their hands. Edwin Pape is a special player, bro. He is a special player. Will you beat Everton? Sunderland, you mean? Yes, it is Sunderland, you mean. Yeah, given that we're at home. Yeah, we don't lose at home. Ever watch South Park? Only little bits. And there's another knock on there from Fiji. It's been an error-riddled first half for both sides. I'd say Fiji in particular, but... the points have been there, ladies and gentlemen. The points have been there. Hello, smart guy. I was going to mention, smart guy. The timer wasn't working. It kept cutting out earlier. Well, not cutting out, but like stopping. It seems to go fine now, but I kept getting a quota exceeded error. So yeah, just to note. Chico, I'll be honest. I'm I remarkably unfussed by that. As I've said, I played one game of Fortnite in like 2019, or whenever Fortnite was big. I won it. I then retired. Smart guy says that's not on my end, I don't think, because you're running it locally. Okay. No, to be fair, I didn't think it was, you know, on your end necessarily. I thought you might just know how to fix that. But to be fair, it's going fine now. So. Thoughts on Team America, the movie? I have not seen Team America, the movie. Oh, here we go. Ahoy, mate. That's one that is new to me. I have never been greeted in a message by Ahoy, mate. Will they do a relegation match next week, do you believe? PNG versus Tonga before or after the Kiwis versus Samoa final? They will not. Would kind of be cool if they did, but they will not. I think the interest was just too low. I am once again getting this ad for dog food where the woman screams at me, and I don't like it. It's too scary. Too scary. I'm not one for spooky season, chat. And on my gaming channel, a lot of people were like, you gotta play horror games. I hate horror games. I hate horror movies. I hate everything that is intended to scare me. Why is that an enjoyable thing? Why would anyone actively want to be terrified? That's not a positive feeling. I'll watch a comedy. I love comedies. They're funny. They're positive. I don't want to see a movie that leaves me absolutely crapping myself for 2 hours. That's a rant brought to you by the Leaguie as a result of an ad about dog food. That's the kind of expertise that you get here, ladies and gentlemen. The kind of brilliant insights. The kind of analysis that nobody asked for, as I say in my channel banner. Yes, correct. There is no promotion and relegation match. Not this year. I don't know if... Was there last year? I think there was last year, actually. In fact, there was, because it was New Zealand and PNG. But no, yeah, they scrapped it. Would you rather the Telstra ad or the Jim Beam ad? The Jim Beam ad. Don't get me wrong, I don't like the Jim Beam ad, but I think it's gone as well. I haven't seen it in quite some time, so... Your copy pasta unlocked. Exactly that, Lorenzo. You know the reference now. You know the reference. Leaguie, did you see Bluey's dad on the Fox Sports ads? No. I'm not sure what you mean. Ollie says my score prediction is 60-12, so another 30-6 half coming up. Thoughts on the NRL not making an expansion team in Helena, Montana? Where's Helena, Montana? Here we go. Magnetic says, Leaguie, I pranked Microsoft's Copilot into thinking my cat was run over in a brutal accident. It told me to seek help and that this content could be distressing to other people. Epic prank. That's one of the greatest pranks I think I've ever heard. I do love a prank where you tell someone that something isn't true. Sorry, something is true. And the reality, the genius twist of it is that that thing that you said was true was in fact not true. It's mind-blowing. Always gets me. Always gets me. So, he voiced some of the ads for Foxtel. Okay, right. I will admit, I have only watched one episode of Bluey ever. I'm aware it's a very good show. I'm just not... I'm in this zone, right? In terms of demographic, where I am not a kid... And I am also not old enough to have a kid. I'm in the middle period where it's like a blackout zone of Bluey viewers. I don't think you would struggle to guess which was the Bluey episode that I have seen. So. Lorenzo says, breaking news. Popular Rugby League YouTuber The Leaguie to be appointed as head coach of the Roosters after Trent Robinson's death. Well... That's not true. That's actually... see, okay, I'll give you guys a lesson here. I'll give you guys a lesson here in identifying misinformation. That is clearly and obviously a false statement because there's something in there that is demonstrably false. The Leaguie is not a popular rugby league YouTuber. Therefore, that story cannot be true. He is a mid-range, below average, both in size and skill, rugby league YouTuber. Yes, Magnetic, it was indeed the decider. The decider. Popular, you're not popular, I got it. Well, there we go. Okay. Smart guy knows my humor. Thoughts on Emma Smith in room 240? I don't think there's an Emma Smith in room 240. Admittedly, I wouldn't know. I've never been to room 240. But... Hello, Reckless. How you going? How do you mean you didn't realize I was streaming? Dude, there's International Rugby League on. When am I not streaming when International Rugby League is on? So, Dean, I ain't biting on that. I do love, though, I feel so sorry for poor freaking Winston, man. He's released 2 shorts in which he interviewed me doing, like, his quizzes and that. And both times there were comments of people saying, dude, the Leaguie is so much taller than you. That's just... I like calling him 5 foot. That's so rude. I am not that tall, though. Didn't realize International Rugby League was on? Hold up. You're telling me a moderator of my very own Discord server didn't know that International Rugby League is on? Ban this man immediately. Ban him now. Immediately. Ah! Sorry, I missed that. Raging Rory says King and resubscribed for the 3rd month in a row. Yes, I was in a stream yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Great creator. I mentioned Rory actually earlier. Someone asked, have you ever collabed with a Warriors content creator? And I was like, well, maybe. There's one that I'd be quite keen to collab with. She does good work, so Yeah. Lecca Fury says, what do you think of rugby league focusing more on Wales? Oh, hang on, it's gone off my screen. I understand that Wales rugby is declining, so this might be a way for rugby league to enter in. There is one team, the North Wales Crusaders, that's there. But the thing is that, okay, if you're going to do that, it's going to be run through the RFL, the Super League. And they've got to look after their own backyard first. Sort that out, and then they'll be good. Rory says, thank you, I was cooked, and says keen. Well, I need to come up with an idea for something. I was going to do like this big kind of review at the end of the season of every NRL team and get like a creator from every team. I just didn't end up getting around to it, and it's probably a little bit late to do it now. But I could do it for previews, actually. That's probably what I'll do. So, yeah. Smart Guy says, on Discord, I did warn Reckless Ollie because he didn't know International Rugby League was on. You should be ashamed of yourself and deserve a demotion. I agree. Amen, brother. Amen. And Magnetic, I am absolutely not doing that unless someone donates me enough money to do it. I'm intentionally not specifying how much enough money is so that no matter how much you donate, I can say that it's not enough. Businessman. Businessman. I got that finance mindset. Thoughts on the Albo Choi division controversy? We are really using the word controversy pretty loosely, aren't we? Dude, the amount of jumps that you have to go through to say that that's an anti-Semitic shirt. Wow. I mean, wow. You know? Like, yeah, anyway. Absurd. I do always love to see when conservatives all of a sudden use cancel culture when it's in their interest to do so. Then anyway. Rory says, thoughts on the game tomorrow? Well, being a New Zealand fan, I imagine that there's a particular answer you want from me. But no, look, I think it will be a New Zealand win, and I think it could be a little bit comfortable. Tonga have a very simple equation. Win by 18 points to make the final. I think that'd be a very impressive... Well, it'd be an impressive task for them to beat New Zealand as is. I think it'd be remarkable for them to do it by 18. So, yeah, I think New Zealand will be able to take care of them. Where I think in the backs, there's not a great deal of difference. In the forwards, New Zealand are better, but again, there's not like a massive golfing quality. But it's the spine. And I've said this a few times now, where you've got Havili at hooker, Iongi at 5'8", and Hopawate at fullback. Those are three players who do not play those positions at club level. So it's... You got makeshift dudes. Katoa is brilliant, but then you look at the New Zealand side of the equation, you've got Nickel Klukstad at fullback. Good fullback. Brown, Foran, Crossland. Those are rusted on players in those roles. So yeah, I think it'll be New Zealand by a little bit. So Rory says they seemed so broken together last week too. You mean the Tongan team? Yeah, and it was... I mean, we saw with Samoa, the execution was off in their first game against you guys, right? When you had some new combinations, but the execution was very, very poor from Tonga. As I say, I think you've got a premier halfback in Isaiah Katoa there. He's going to carry them for a decade to come, but he needs some reinforcements. So. Yeah, the Tongan spine. Yeah, cool. Rory says, do you think Keeney is better than CNK? Well, good question. See, I said on the blog podcast that I wanted to see Keeney given a go in this game. Purely given that as long as a calamity doesn't happen and New Zealand lose by 18 points, they're going to make the final. So this game doesn't matter like heaps for New Zealand. I'd be giving Keeney a go. And I'm sorry to say that to Warriors fans, but I think Keeney's a premier player. I think he definitely can be a premier player at least. Develop him in that role. Why not? It's being played at Eden Park, Auckland. Ollie? So, yes. Kalani says, would you rather get a South Sydney tattoo or... okay. South Sydney tattoo, for sure. South Sydney tattoo. Yeah, I'd be open, Rory, to like, I don't know, put a chance somewhere else in the outside backs. He cares so much. And the slick back hair look for him, outstanding. Super aerodynamic. Love to see it. I've just looked at the team now. This is interesting. Okay, wait, hang on. I have not seen this. I don't know if I've just been out of the loop, but let me put something up on the screen real quick. Keanu Kinney on the wing. I was worried because I predicted him as like my try scorer. I'm trying to position it. Yeah, I'll do it like that. I predicted him as my try scorer on the Bloke podcast. And then he didn't get named. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. But okay, so he'll play on the wing. I don't mind him there. But yeah. Raging Roy, yes, I am dual streaming. On YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, so Keeney on the wing. Any other changes? Oh, excuse me. No other changes. So that's interesting. So Seb Chris was the man who I believe was named on that wing spot. And Pensini comes in at center for Tonga, in place of Cola. Yeah, in place of Cola. Damn, okay, so that's actually a couple of changes. Interesting. So, I'm curious. Let me look if Keeney has played. I don't think Keeney has played wing in the NRL before. I wonder if you'd put Chance on the wing potentially there as a late change. I have a look at Rugby League Project. Just give me a second here. Positions played, Keanu Kinney. No, he has no registered performances at any level in any position other than fullback and bench. So that's interesting. Chance, on the other hand, definitely does. I remember him debuting on the wing, so. Smart Guy says, Panthers can do maths. Bulldogs are so dumb. Okay, so this is the question of how, if you were formed in 1986, your 40th year anniversary is not 2026, it's 2025. It depends, because like your 40th season would be 2025, but like, I suppose in some ways your 40th anniversary would be 2026. But yeah, anyway, whatever. Mathematics. Schooly Boy says, Leaguie, you champion. Do you ever discuss multis or do you not like talking bets? Yeah, I don't like talking bets. Really got the old gamble responsibly animation. Yeah, nothing personal against creators who do. Obviously, it's just not my thing. So yeah. Geez, they're getting the Papua New Guinean crowd pretty up and about. The old stadium announcer. Love to see it. Good stuff. Okay, so 30 points to 6 it is. I will mention exactly when the kickoff is. The timer has decided to just go. There's the kickoff. They're going short kickoff. Okay, Fiji, interesting first up strategy. But to be fair, when you do a short kickoff like that, look, they got tackled 23 out. If they went deep, PNG might have been able to run it back to about the 20 anyway. So it's not like a massive loss, to be fair. RS says, would you rather South win the premiership or the Roosters win the premiership, but you have to live in Dubbo for a couple of months? Absolutely. I'm Dubbo bound, brother. I am Dubbo bound. Dubbo ain't that bad. It's fine. Cooper Bye, that's a nice little run through the middle of the field. He potentially sort of grabbed a bit up high. There's a bit going on there in that tackle. Him and Tane Milne, the Huddersfield Giant. DeBellin now stepping back inside. The veteran with the footwork. Dubbo or Orange? I really don't know that much about either of them, to be honest. But they're livable. I'd live there for a couple months to see a Roosters premiership, no doubt about it. Voro doesn't go up for that ball and doesn't even get the tackle done on Buller. He'll be disappointed with that effort. Schoolboy, is Rory your boss? Look at corporate raging Rory, who I learned last night. Name is not Rory, but Aurora. I asked... I hope you didn't take any offense to this question. I was just being a fundamentally silly Billy. I asked if Raging Rory was named after the racing car. Rory the racing car. Leaguie, please drop your Twitch. It's just the Leaguie on Twitch. Easy as you like. Logan or Pyongyang? A truly difficult question to answer. There's just so many moving parts that little dilemma. No, Rory, I wasn't actually asking if you were named after the racing car, right? I knew that obviously wasn't the case, but I thought your name might actually be Rory, not Aurora. So, wait, she's not named after the car. I'm giving my mod back. Yeah, it's just like Herbie Farnworth is named after Herbie from Herbie Fully Loaded. Exactly that. Oh, sorry, Smark. I'll have a look after the stream. Why are you guys asking me geopolitical questions? No, Rory, I don't think he is. I don't think I highly doubt that he is, okay? I highly doubt it is. Just like how Lightning Break, who we saw at the Tonga Samoa game, is named after Lightning McQueen. Fun fact. Fun fact. The more you know. Kick over the top from Fiji. That ball, Jesus Christ, that was risky from Papua New Guinea. The veteran from Alex Johnson, he just let that one go, and a better bounce, and Fiji would have scored their second there. Damn. And now all I can think of is freaking Rory the racing car and Herbie. God damn. All right. Goal line drop right there from Papua New Guinea. That is long. Jesus Christ, that's 55 meters on the fly. That is impressive. Who the hell kicked that? Donahue just hits it back up. Doesn't find a forward running. That's a bit of a concern. You've got less than 3 minutes gone so far in the second half, and no forwards are taking that run off their 5'8". Staying down here. The Papua New Guinean crowd don't like it. And it's Donahue. They're chanting something. Germany 1945 or Botany Bay 1780s. I don't know enough about Botany Bay 1780s. So, Ollie, can someone time out? Sorry, like normal Ollie, not expat Ollie, not reckless Ollie. Other Ollie for spamming, please. If England win tonight, will you sing Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters? No, because I don't know that song. But if England win tonight, I will commit to singing Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. I can also sing Gangnam Style because I know it phonetically, but I'd be worried about my career prospects if I did. So, there's a knock on there. Oh, geez, they give a little bit there to Jareem Buller. They'll take it, but it was the old hands at the side of the head on the ground. So Chanel Harris Tavita isn't really named because of a handbag. I know. I thought it was for sure. But unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no. That's the song, Magnetic. I can confidently say I've not watched an episode of K-pop Demon Hunters. When I first heard that name, I thought that's got to be an AI-generated name. That's like, it's the old meme about having a dartboard and you just throw 2 darts at random words, and it's K-pop Demon Hunters. That's what we're going with. But I've heard it's good. Thank you for the follow, Cat's Elbow. Hopefully the rest of Cat's Body follows me at some point, but for now we've just got the elbow. 25 meters out from their own end here, Papua New Guinea. On the second, I think that's a run there from Reese Martin up over the 30. So Pape, is he on the field? I don't think he is, because I saw earlier he was on the field, but there was another man playing at hooker, so I wonder if he's sort of playing as a lock. It's a movie? Oh, really? I thought it was a TV show. Anyway. Dean, where are you moving to? So ball play there from Sylvester, not the cat from the cartoon. Oh, beautiful offload there from Bai. And it's a knock on there from Finley Glare. That's a poor knock on. They had a lot of momentum there. They could have done something, fired a shot on that last tackle. But beautiful run there from Bai. I'm excited by him. That was not excited by him. Bai, get it? Because that's his name, you see. So it's funny. I don't maybe that's a bit too highbrow. I don't know. But you see, it's like when you, because that's his name. So humor. I'm seeing if he's going to sign with the Roosters or the Storm. I think that, to be fair, it actually makes sense that news would have gone quiet because it's just focusing on his footy. But yeah. RS Show says, have you ever been to Canberra? Does he know? Does bro know? I'm not sure if he knows. I mean, he might know. I don't know if he knows, though. Someone time out this Leaguie guy. That is the worst joke I've ever heard. I'm unsubscribing. No, you're not. Nah, you're not. I'm pretty confident you're not. You'll be back. You'll be back if you do. Donahue. Underneath to find Sinister River. That wasn't high. Fiji are claiming that it was high, but it wasn't high. And now they're getting into it. Jeez, Fiji Bati, there was genuinely not high contact in that. That was around the shoulders. But anyway, Actually, this is a good chance for me to use my favorite soundbite. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go.
Send him off! Send the dirty get off! Get him off the field! That was diabolical! That was absolute diabolical!
That were diabolical. That were absolute diabolical. Leaguie, sing She's Electric instead? I mean, I would. I don't think as many people know that one though, Terry. Contacts fine, exactly. Adam G. Fun fact, my cousin's old PE teacher. RS says, if you did have a girlfriend, would you let Dom Young take her? Well, see, this is where there's a bit of a logical fallacy there, because the existence of Dom Young in this earth is the reason why I don't have a girlfriend. I just get too distracted all the time, pretty much. So, Up the Milk says, what are your thoughts on the confirmed happening of Dylan Jugru, that's me, copying the acts of his favorite man with an island, Jeffs, especially with his audience. Sorry, specifically with his audience. That's one of my mods on Twitch, by the way, who has just accused me of being a straight up nonce. Ah, you guys are special. That's a Fiji try. How, is it? We've got a whistle from Adam G. This is going to go up to the bunker. This will rely on whether this was a knock-on from Fiji or a knockback from Papua New Guinea. It is a potential try. It is a potential try. I do not know either Rod Wave or Young Boy. I think I've heard of Young Boy. All right. So I think this has gone up as a no try. We're looking at the bunker review here. Cases are on side here. Alex Johnson is not... Wait, hang on. Is Alex Johnson playing full lane? It looks like he is. No, he's not. It's Maria. My bad. Jeez. I need to have another look at that. I don't know if it's been touched by Fiji first. Looking at that, I thought it was Fiji, to be honest. Fiji into PNG. Yeah, that's not going to show it. RS says, honestly, no disrespect, but I've always felt non-sides from you. No offense, dude, but I think you're a pedophile. That's pretty much what you just said. Nothing personal, but I think you touch kids, is what you've just stated there. That is mad. Jesus. Well, I'm not saying thank you. Normally, that's what I would do, but I can't do that. Try time, Fiji. Why do my streams always end up like this? Where we've literally just had a try from the team who are slowly working their way back into the game, and I am more pressed about the fact that someone has just called me a pedo. That's literally just what my streams are. If you are new here, normally I'd say, look, this isn't the way it normally is. But this is the way it normally is. This is like squarely, 100%, fully the way it normally is here. So, show us your saved files. Bro, 50% of the saved files on my computer are literally just logos of teams that I then put into OBS so that I can show them on a scoreboard. So, oh boy. All right, kick here from Brandon Wakeham. He does need to pretty much convert them. Don't miss it. I'm telling you, seriously. Shoelace, run out. Hey, clutch. Kick from Wakeham. Hey, clutch. Oh, he's not clutch. He is not clutch, and he misses it. Kat says, are we witnessing the last episodes of Live from the Dorm Room? No. I am moving to a new dorm room next year, because I've very luckily been awarded a position of seniority of leadership at a different building. With, Red Dead or Blue Dead? The fact that Red Dead redeemed themselves is I think a big plus mark on their behalf. So, for those of you who don't know, I do Red Dead Redemption 2 streams as well on my gaming channel. Alrighty, so Fiji have 20 points to claw back. They've got 32 minutes in which to do it. Leaguie, I'm confused. Why are the 2010 Warriors playing the Waikato Chiefs? Everyone, well, not everyone, a few people have said that it's like the 2010 Warriors. I view it as the Magpies. But the 2010 Warriors, 2010 NZ Warriors, I thought there was like black and grey, you know, silver. Oh, no, actually, no, 2010 was white. Yeah, no, that's very valid. Very valid. It was a bit after that they went to more of the silver. Will there be GTA 6 streams next year? Yes. 100% yes. I just need to decide whether I do my first playthrough of it on stream. Because it would get spoiled for me. It would 100% get spoiled for me. And I don't know if I could handle that mentally. I think I'd hate that so much. So I might need to do one playthrough off stream. In like the first couple of days and then do GTA 6 streams. Okay. Good run there from Morea. Oh, I said that with a little bit of spice, didn't I? Morea. Bang. What kind of a last name is Jugaru? Well, that's not my surname. You put an A in there. That is errant. Like Jhugro. It's a Hindu surname, actually. That's a long way back in the family. Teddy Time or Ted Bundy? Which one is more dead? Oh my god. Ted Bundy. Teddy Time might come back. Photos with the ball. On the 4th, steps back in himself. That was potentially a little bit of high contact there. No penalty given. Look at the Papua New Guinea fans standing up on the advertising boards there. That's great. Lachlan Lamb. So now playing a halfback role. Holds up the ball. That's a wonderful... Oh, it was a wonderful pass, I thought. We've got a whistle here. Penalty, Papua New Guinea. Was it for a late hit on someone? Like, got the dude on the loudspeaker abusing my eardrums. The fact Union is the religion in Fiji and easily play young gun from in their nation team, while nation go and get Father Jennings from Ron Massey Cup. Ah, I see what you're saying. Yes. Fiji have a lot of players that pulled out. In fairness, or were injured. Ravalawa, Sivo, Coruscant, Kikau. Particularly, I think Ravalawa and Sivo being out is what meant that they had to get Jennings into the team. So. Thoughts on Snapchat? I haven't used Snapchat in like 5 years. All right, here come Papua New Guinea. A whole attacking set of Fiji's line. Lachlan Lamb with it. Goes out the back to find Morea. Morea has got numbers. Steps back inside. Doesn't take the numbers. Runs himself and is eventually tackled. Idea for try sounds for England tonight. Do a funny football chant. I just feel like that's leaning into the whole allegations of me being a pom. So. Oh, Kalani. Michael Jennings scored my favorite try of all time. But he's an unk. He should not be playing at this level anymore, unfortunately. To Bellard, to find Lamb. Beautiful short ball, Lachlan. Oh, that's my boy. Oh, that's magnificent. Goodness gracious. Lachlan Lamb. Why the hell wasn't he starting at halfback? I mean, look, admittedly, Blair evidently did a pretty banging job, but that ball playing was beautiful. The no-lock passing from Lachlan Lamb is just outstanding. By the way, I don't want to get too excited, ladies and gentlemen, but we are at a stream high 90 viewers over on YouTube. We ain't had 90 viewers around for quite some time. If you are new here, we're trying to hit 10K on YouTube by the end of the year. Subscribing would be appreciated, but if not, honestly, that's fine. I'm just happy to have you along for the ride. Beautiful no-look from Lachlan Lamb. Looks out the back, goes short instead. Honestly, I mean, I don't use this lightly, but...
He's Houdini! He's Houdini! Put him in the circus! Put him somewhere! He's too good for this game!
Holy lamb glaze. Bro, I'm in the mood for some freaking lambs of Vlaki right now. Watching that. How can you not be? How can you not be? Now we're up to 100. We've cracked triple figures. I knew today would be a good stream. I knew it would be. Papua New Guinea always show up for me. They do. They do. Joe says, best English chant, or England chant I ever heard was from Australia last Ashes in cricket. Where's your urn? Where's your urn? I think you lost it. Where's your urn? That is a good chant. That is a good chant, to be fair. Damn. Who are you backing to win it all? Win the Pacific Championships? Samoa. Although that's more tipping with the heart than with the head. It will probably be New Zealand. Oh my god, smart guy. Well, I'm closing his tab right now. I had his tab open, but I'm closing that. Jesus Christ. You can't be dropping that on me mid-stream, bro. I've genuinely just closed my Redbox tab, by the way, after those accusations. Bang! Reece Martin adds yet another one to the board. That's 6 from 6. And it's 36 points to 10. Oh, it's egg. Sorry. Of course. My bad. I genuinely forgot your changed username. Leaguie, if England score tonight/tomorrow, you should sing 9 German bombers in its entirety. I don't think that's likely to occur. Both England scoring tonight and me singing that if they do. That's a lie, by the way. I think England will score. Ipape had a dummy half there. Nice little pass across to find Sylvester Nemo. And I've got to say, if there was any hope for comeback, I think it is probably gone. What are you talking about, Lorenzo? Blame YouTube, I still do. What did YouTube do? What's the story? Did you tell me before? I feel like you told me before. Yeah, I mentioned Pappenhausen earlier, so I won't get into it again, NRL vids. But he'll go to rugby union, I'm pretty confident. If he comes back to the NRL, it won't be for a number of years, so there's really no way of predicting where it'll be. Beautiful pass from Lachlan Lamb over the top. Dudley to toy with the ball. Oh, he actually did kind of break through just a little bit. Didn't quite get cleanly through, though. Votto will put a kick in behind. It's being chased here hard by Morea. But they've got the ball here. Fiji and running hard out of their own end. Jesus Christ, we got up to about the 20. That's a brilliant return out of your own in goal. Great stuff. Great work. Nicolette says, do you think Para will make the 8 next year? I've really been tossing and turning about them. I don't know. I'm properly not sure. If they do, it'll be very much bottom half of the 8. Here we go. They changed my name back to the one I had when I signed up in 08. It was auto-generated and I really hate it. Why would they randomly change your name? That's bizarre. Okay. So, Fiji on the last. How are there still 25 minutes left to go in this game? I feel like this thing is like kind of way... I got halfway stuck there between wounding up and winding up. Fiji going to score here, though. No, they're not. They've let one go begging. They've let one go begging.
On the verge of mucking it up again.
On the verge of mucking it up again. Actually, more than on the verge. They did muck it up again. Rushing defense there from Fiji. Got to be offside. Not offside. Offload there. Beautiful play here from Papua New Guinea. I thought for sure that Fiji were going to score there. I thought for sure it was Salkura, I think it was. The man who was there. Jesus. Dean, you absolutely can. Who says watching from LAE? I might be geographically challenged because I can't think of where LAE is. Is it like Lai? Like Papua? Is that a Papua New Guinea place? If so, welcome aboard. Wherever you're watching from, welcome aboard. Very happy to have you here. I like how you said Morea. I'm saying it like a Spanish person. That's probably not correct, but anyway. Jeez, Dream Buller, every single time he's returned the ball in this game, he's gotten away from one tackle. Just consistently broken one tackle. Will you be at the Pacific Championships final? I most certainly will be next week. Yes. So. Okay, Ollie, yes. League of Legends is now available on the RL26 community. Well, that's nice. I will, whenever I next open that game, I'll download it. Tiger, I probably will. Don't know when it will be, though. Not for a few days. I'm super busy, as I say. Laser City and PNG. Okay, there we go. Well, thank you for watching from PNG. I'm very sorry for my lack of geographical knowledge about your nation. But there's a lot of people who watch my streams from PNG, so it's good to have you here. Beautiful little bit of passing here from Fiji. Semi Valame with it. Imagine, like, how good Fiji would be if they had full Valame instead of just Semi Valame. But, you know, you got to deal with what you got to deal with. Brandon Wakeham, kick up over the top. Maria is underneath it. Tap back there from Fiji. Still the last. We can't see what's going on due to the camera work. We're just looking at Morea. Honestly, don't know what happened there. The camera work was not great. Egg robbed of legend status. In fairness, it's probably true, actually. That is probably true. Should be in League of Legends. I did not pick the team. Knock on there from PNG. I hope that this isn't just me, but I get the feeling like kind of both of these teams have now accepted their fate in this game, and it's just winding up a little bit. If Ireland beat Wales later, can you wear an Ireland jersey next time? If you buy me an Ireland jersey, yes. But sir, I am a university student. I make no money from these streams. None at all. So I ain't got the prerequisite finances for that. I get money solely from Dean donating. A whopping $8. Which is a lot more than I would ever expect someone to donate to me, to be clear. I want to be very, very grateful. Penalty there for Fiji. Bang. They're still not completely out of this. I mean, to be fair, they need to score like now, right now, but still. Alfred says, how can we grow the game? It's a huge question. That's a massive question. To give you a very brief answer. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what's happening here. We've got a HIA. Yeah. To think about growing the game, the number one thing has to be focusing on international marketability. What's the ruling here? Oh, Voro's got to go off the field. So the trainer called a stop to the play, and it's not an independent Dr. HIA situation, so Voro's got to come off the field. Interesting. The Leaguie 02 says, bro, why did you steal my name? Well, the fact that you've got 02 in your name would imply that maybe I didn't. Perchance. NRL Head says, if I buy you a dog shirt, will you throw it back? I will not. Wait, you mean like, there's two ways that you could mean that. You mean throw the shirt, which is what I first thought. But I think you mean throw it back, like, you know, baby got back kind of stuff. I'd do that for money. All right. Fiji. They've got a score here. Oh, they do score that. Gee, timing, bro. I'm in sync with this game. They're not out of this. They are not out of this. Fiji. Bang. Beautiful. I'm hearing a song playing. What the hell? Steven says, thank you, PNG, for the confidence game. We are bound for NRL in 2028. Time to play competitive for your brothers. VG will support you. So, time to play competitive for your brothers, Fiji. We'll support you and be part of you in 2028. Go PNG. It's the passion of Papua New Guinea. I was quite actually open and public about the fact that I did not think that the PNG Chiefs, well, a team in PNG was the right way to go. I said that we've already got that market. It's not really a growth area for us. But I am so open to being proven wrong, and I really hope I do. I really, really hope I do. Faraz, I think that both things will be true, as Wakeham misses that one. So that's 2 misses then for Brandon. I think that the English will be better, but I think they will lose by more. I think both teams will be a lot better. Tiger says, I remember when you didn't like PNG. That is, no, absolutely not true. I have always liked PNG. I have always said that they're the best fans in the league. The reason why I didn't think it was a good idea to have a team there was because their fans were already so good. To say that I didn't like PNG is definitely not true. Darrowzilla, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Appreciate it. I want to see how many we've got in this stream. I checked earlier, we were at 50. Okay, so we've got at least like 10 of them in this stream alone. So that's been sick. Thank you so much. I massively appreciate it. 10K by the end of the year. Tiger says, my glorious King Bulla has let me down, TBH. Well, he can't do everything. He's a fullback. And it hasn't been bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I think Tui Kamikamitha being off the field, they just haven't been up to it physically, so. What NRL team do most people in PNG support? I don't know, and I don't think that there is one. I think there's quite an even spread. Egg says, if England somehow make it competitive or beat Australia, I dare you to buy the Buddies jersey again and wear it on video for a week because of the bird's eye. You want me to sacrifice my morals? I can't, definitely not for make it competitive. That's like crazy. I don't think I could defame myself like that. I don't think I could. I'd love to, because I'd love to do anything for England to win. But a South jersey on stream for a week? I'd straight up just not make videos. Easy. The Leaguie 2 says, I'm going to sue you. Oh, shiver me timbers. Scary. Oh. Tiger, I'm pretty sure you always say that I owe you $32,000 in legal fees anyway. So, what's new, brother? What's new? Alrighty. 18 minutes, 45 seconds left to go in this game. Good ball playing with Efren DeBell, and Voro is back on the field. Over the top, Maria finds Dudley DeToy for the corner. What a finish! What a finish! Rugby League, ladies and gentlemen. Rugby League. Bang. Bang. We're checking it. I'm not even, but like, this is a try. This is a try. You're talking to a dude who was at one time, the best touch judge in a whole country. Now, admittedly, that was a pool of like 10 people, but I'm claiming it. I'm absolutely claiming it. Dudley DeToy for the corner. I'm so confident he's got this. There's literally zero doubt in my mind. I will end the stream if he hasn't scored this. I will actually end the stream. Bang. Bang. Rugby League. Bang. To be fair, I was talking about the sideline here. I didn't actually see it put down, but I'm pretty sure he's got it. Yeah, looking close to this. Nah, that's fine, bro. That's fine. Tiger says, in the famous words of the actual Leaguie, which is true, that's also super duper not how the law works, Pookie Bear, but your attempt to threaten me was adorable. He was not happy with me. Oh, wow, he was not happy with me. Is France a rugby league market, says Alfred? Can be. There is a rugby league market there. It's concentrated in the south of the country, but yeah, they've got 2 Super League teams now. So it's a growth area. One of very many growth areas, really. Expat Ollie says, left and came back, what happened? If you wanted to know, you should have stayed. Straight up. Not my fault you left, bro. Not my fault. In fact, I should be hurt. Why did you leave? What could you possibly have to do that's more important than watching me watch rugby league? This is like the greatest content you could possibly imagine. And yet you're gone? Bro, I'm hurt deeply. You think you know a guy, and then he goes and does this. From the sideline. Reece Martin.
Don't miss it. Don't miss it. I'm telling you. Seriously. Shoelace. Shoelace, run home. Hey, clutch. Hey, clutch.
Tat up George. It was Dudley DeToy who scored for the PNG Kumuls. Alfred says, congrats on 10k subs. I'm quite confident I've not got 10k subs yet. I'm close-ish, but we're still a fair way away. But thank you. DeToit is a very common last name in South Africa. Yeah, it's not DeToit, it's DuToy. Dudley DeToy. Oh, Reece Martin. Oh, that's hot. Oh, God, that's hot. Damn. His goal kicking is just beautiful, bro. It's beautiful. There is an NRLW player, Dominique DeToit. So, yeah. Lorenzo said, if England win the series, Maroon style, will you sing Eye of the Tiger? Yes. Sure. Absolutely. He has got it. He is the greatest. Is he the greatest?
He's the greatest. He's the best.
He's the greatest. He's the best. Mini Egg says, Dad, when is the Warrior team going to win? I want to watch SpongeBob now. Why is your son so utterly iconic? I love him. I love it. Everything's Nintendo for him. It's so cool. I wish that was my worldview. Well, you got to ask him. If you've got the Wario team, which is obviously Papua New Guinea because he's yellow. If you didn't know that, Wario's yellow, by the way. I'm down with the kids in that. What's Fiji? What's the black and white? Name a sports player with the last name DeToit. Dominique DeToit from the NRLW. Alrighty. Papua New Guinea, they're looking good here. Oh, Foro is through. He's tackled there from behind, though. Brandon Wakeham on the last. Jeez. That was threatening. That was very threatening. It is a handover. Kalani says to start karaoke during half times. Well, that's route one to get a copyright claim, unfortunately. But would be cool. Would be cool. Peter Steph Detroit. Is that like some South African rugby union player? I really, as I say, I think it was 2 World Cups ago since I last watched a union game. So, hence the name. Leaguie. So 15.5 minutes left to go on the second here. Buller finds Taruva outside him. Nice little 5-meter gain there off the back of that offload. Not too bad. But they are close to the left-hand sideline. Was that knocked down by PNG? I think it was eventually knocked on by them. That was one of the, I think, worst passes out of dummy half I think I've ever seen. Gotta be. Whose ball is it? I'm trying to figure out who they're talking about. They're talking about a player's development. Is it Dudley Detroit? PNG ball. That is... Wow, it is PNG ball. That's insane. Jesus. That's the worst pass out of dummy half I think I've ever seen. Try to name 5 union players in Europe. Reese Zammit? There's that really good French one, but I can't remember his name. Straight up, I don't know. Straight up, I don't know. So on the first hit, Bai with the ball in his hands. Runs it up to Navale, who will eventually wrestle him to the ground. The man who I think is going to play a very big role for Manly in the upcoming season. Is Mane playing in Europe? I thought he was playing in Japan. Oh no, he went to France, didn't he? The white team is the Dry Bones team, and they're not very good. I was trying to think of a Nintendo character who's those colors, and yeah, Dry Bones, fair enough. De Balance close to the line, doesn't get there though. He's close, he's close. The Wario team is on a roll. The Dry Bones team are looking like they're struggling to keep them out here. Oh, now they've got one. Oh, straight through the line. Robert Matthias. Bang. Wonderful. Fiji better be careful. They can't concede another 4 points after this, or they might not be able to win the NRL Premiership. Antoine Dupont. That's the man. That's a name I know. Do you know who won Eurovision 2025? I'm going to say Ukraine. 46-14. That it is, Lorenzo. That it is. Still got quite a bit of time left. PNG could... If they convert this, right? Which, you know, it's Reece Martin. You can convert anything. 60 is genuinely not out of the equation. That's only 2 converted tries. 2 converted tries in 13 minutes. Bang, bro. You got that. It's fine. It's fine. Easy. So I thought Robert Matthias was a back rower. Yeah, he is a back rower. Looks like he was playing centre there. Ah, look at the celebrations from the fans. Beautiful. Can they make it 48? Let's see. It's as hard a kick as you could possibly get. Reece Martin puts the ball down for it. Compensate. Dupont is good, but is not the best in the world in my view. I wouldn't know. I have never watched a game that Antoine Dupont has played. I don't think, anyway. It was Austria. Oh, okay. Great. Sick. Is Reece Martin clutch? He's taken a long time, to be fair, to wind this one up. But anyway. I'd sure as hell be taking my time if it were me in that position. Reece Martin approaches the ball, hits the ball. Oh, you kidding. This dude is crazy. This dude is crazy. What the hell? Damn it, I didn't change the score in time. I accidentally went and clicked the one that was Fiji and then I panicked. Still, 48-14. Although on NRL.com it actually says 48-0, which is quite funny. Fiji has given up and it's not alright. Give it up, gonna be alright. That's my intro music. BT dubs. Make him the New South Wales Blues kicker they really needed? Honestly, yes. Oh, that's high contact there on Jatoy. Not penalised there. 7 out of 7 for Martin. It's actually 8 out of 8. It's insane. Leaguie, should the IRL put more funding into South Africa given their sporting board refuses to fund them? I mean, when it's a question of IRL, it's a question of where does the funding actually come from. The NRL are the people with the money and the NRLC. So, you're sort of relying on their goodwill, to be honest. Can you end the stream with that? It's the intro music. It's not the outro music. Oh, that was a try gone begging back on the inside. Nene McDonald couldn't hold it after a beautiful pass there from Capinias. Warriors Fan TV says, love the content. Thank you, sir. Yeah, just for you. I'll hit you with an up the wires. Just for you. Up the wires. When are you running for mayor so we can get that stadium built in Canberra? Quite some time away, I would say. I ain't cut out for a mayoral race. I've been watching the New York one. I ain't cut out for that. No chance. Do you think the Netherlands will win the World Cup? I think they should show up uninvited to 2026 and beat Oz by... Nah, you thought you were going to get me. You actually straight up thought you were going to get me. That was really, really funny how you thought that mentally speaking I would be that fragile. And although I am 2 hours into this stream, I'm aware of what you're doing, brother. Aware of what you're doing. Run for PM, we need a good one for once. If I ran for PM, you'd all immediately think I'm not a good one anyway, so... yeah. Okay. Thanks for the live stream broadcast. Oh, it's a pleasure. It's truly my pleasure. I love doing it. Waking with the ball in his hands. So spreading it out to the right-hand side here. Not a bad little play from Fiji. But really, I mean, as I said about 10 minutes ago, it feels like both of these teams had accepted their fate. And PNG have definitely put the foot on the throat between now and then. Run a campaign a la Mayor Quimby. Leaguie, if you were running for mayor, he'd vote for you. That's true. Brilliant way of going about it. Will do, smart guy, if I remember to, if I have the time. Labour gets the ball. The centre from PNG. Nice little offload. Does he get it to Votto? No, he doesn't. I thought he did. Hello, Jeffrey. Can you pronounce the name Louis Biel Biarré? Apparently I can. Oh, maybe I can't. Maybe that was completely wrong. Penalty to Fiji. So give it away there with the ball in hand there by Papua New Guinea. Ipape, I look at his face and I see Justin Olam. I miss Justin Olam so much. That dude was so good. He was so good. Until he literally went a million miles an hour until his body literally broke down and then he signed with the Tigers. It did actually have a little good period at first for the Tigers, I would say that. Oh, here we go. Here's a hell of a comment from the Bodster saying, Dylan, I'm your estranged homosexual sister. Your real name is Boris. Trust me. Boris Jugroot? That's way too close to Boris Johnson. I'm not comfortable with that. Oh, they've got numbers there, Fiji, and geez, Donahue doesn't find them. Kurt Donahue has not had the day that he had hoped for. He's going at Lachlan Lamb here. There's a bit in that. On the second. They could get to 20 though. And both of the games so far in the Pacific Bowl have been 40 points to 20 point games. So Expat, I thought it would be, bro. I thought it would be. I've been shocked. The amazing thing is that Fiji were favorites in this one. So alright. On the fourth, they've still got two more left here. Nice little pass from Penny on Tangi Tuimua to find Brandon Wakeham. Now Caleb Navali squares it up himself. Is tackled there by Reece Barton. One more to go in the set. Tangi Tuimua gets the ball out now to Meyer, I think it was. They've got numbers. Kautonga, ball goes over the sideline. I wonder if that'll be called played out by PNG. I don't think it was. And Taruva and Lamb are getting into it. I think that was just a loose carry. Bruce says, Chur the bro, ana he ha. Maori for sure. Maori. I do know what Chur means. I don't know what the other ones mean. Egg says, if Fiji managed to hold PNG short of 50, I dare you to make a video defending why Penrith should have won 5 in a row. I think I've said this before to the mods on Arsa General, of which you are one. You've asked the underestimate how much time it takes to make a video, bro. So much. Even my little Newcastle Knights short that I did today, talking about their jersey, that was like an hour and a half out of my day. Somehow, it just ends up being that much. But what even is Dean and how is he sponsoring this? It's a good question. Dean is a regular watcher. He's like 95% of my donations have come from him, so yeah. Out of Papua New Guinea, I don't know, I call that a loose carry, but whatever. Challenge is successful. Doesn't really matter. 7.5 minutes to go. Should EA make a rugby league game? Well, it doesn't make sense from their perspective. Before Big Ant made Rugby League 26, the NRL, or I think it was the ARLC actually, did contact EA. They tried to come to a price. They could not come to a price, and so Big Ant got it. NRL head, I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, put the Discord link in the chat. It'll get new members. Oh, I see. I'm pretty sure you can. You're a mod. Anyway, it's, okay, fine, I'll do it. So on the first, 7 minutes, 15 seconds left to go. Fiji are looking okay here. But, you know, fundamentally, end of the day, 48 points to 20. Ooh, scary. Bullet with the ball. They got a 3-on-2 situation. Valame goes back in himself. We'll find the ground. We'll find the ground. Oh, the invite link is too long. That's why. I think. Fiji going to the right-hand side. Oh, that ball was knocked down there by Labour. Close, but not quite there. There we go. Thank you, Reckless Ollie. I appreciate that. Oh, so the ruling was that it came off their head. So 11 meters lost. Waken will put a massive bomb up to try and find the wing of Alex Johnston. It's not found. Tane Milne gets the ball, knocked back into the middle of the field, but Navali has knocked that one on. Dylan, what is your favorite thing to say to the school children of Canberra? I have never spoken to a school child of Canberra. Not even once. If you're the NRL, what will you do to stop Marky Mark from leaving? I don't think you could, but like... This is the thing, like some people have said, there should be salary cap dispensations for a player like that. No. No. You just can't. That just rewards teams that have the best players, you know what I mean? So. At 10k, talk to an 8-year-old at Canberra High. Why do you guys insist on my career being over, bro? I actually want me to just, you know, get cancelled immediately. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway. And Terry... I don't know, like, I genuinely could not name very many union teams at all, let alone ones that I like. Oh, Teddy's not retiring. Perhaps is definitely going to R360. Look at the statement that he made. It was talking about exploring beyond rugby league. Nice run there from Matthias, but Valame did well to get in there on the tackle. So one more to go here in the set. Martin's in at dummy half. We'll give it to Lachlan Lamb for a kick. It's a bomb. Sort of a bit of a midfield one. And Buller is tackled hard there by Edwin Apape. Waken wasn't happy about it, but I think it was all okay there in the end. Please do a shout out to Kalisha and Eric. Okay. Big up them two. Penalty there for Fiji. I have no idea what they do. So, yeah, but, you know, big up them too. The Monster has now followed on Twitch. I swear you followed on Twitch before. You definitely followed on Twitch before. Surely, surely. So, 4.5 minutes left to go in this game. 48 points to 14 is the scoreline. I said that 60 was not beyond PNG when they got up to 48. That's been a little bit of a period where both teams have just been like, you know, knocking on a little bit, going a bit set for set. But anyway, Bruce thinks it will end 50 to 22. That's hard to see that happening from here. Tiger, I have literally not the foggiest. As I say, I don't open Rugby League 26 all that much. So. Pinioni Tungi Tuimura across to find Wakeham. Now Kurt Donahue. Infield, Katonga found Navali. That was good going from them. Pass back to find Pinioni Tungi Tuimura. So this is the kind of expansive play that I thought Fiji would be showing throughout this game, but they sort of waited until right at the end to find him. Oh, there's a try here. Yes, Semi Valame. Semi Valame's got it. Fiji get one on the board towards the end of the game. And this game will end, what, 48-20? Probably. Let me look at what the other scorelines were for the Pacific Bowl. The other games were 40-28 and 44-24. Why have they all been kind of like, you know, this kind of scoreline? Where it's not been like a shellacking, because the team that have lost have still put on like 4 tries. But yeah. Alfred, that's true. I did collab with Winston playing RL26, and I mentioned a couple times in that video, it was the first game I played in like a month, so yeah. Tribone's team cheated? Yo! Oi! If Mini Egg says it, it's got to be correct.
There's got to be an investigation into this. There's got to be, someone's got to be accountable for this.
There's got to be. There's got to be, right? There's got to be an investigation into this. Surely. Alrighty. Kick here from the sideline from Brandon Wakeham. I think he's called it too much. He has 48-18 it is. That's his 3rd miss in this game. Granted, they've been very, very tough ones to hit, but anyway. Who was the Cowboys hooker in 2016? Granville. If you land in legal hot water, will your Leaguie VODs vouch for you or convict you? I think convict me. Although earlier today when I was accused of being a nonce, I did vehemently deny it. So that's good. Legally speaking, that was the right thing to do. Who should host World Cup 2030? France. This next World Cup was supposed to be hosted in France. I hope we get to see another one potentially hosted in France. So. What's 31 plus 36? Carry the 2. Substitute for X. Mercury's in retrograde right now, which means that it's at least 7. The boss, you're a silly, silly boy. Oh, girl, I'd actually know. You're a silly individual. Silly individual. Egg says, yeah, but you also support Sunderland. So, but yeah, but hang on. Whoa, let's pause. Sunderland is a morally acceptable cause. Like, that is... I refer to them in full sincerity as the soldiers of Christ. I do not. That is a complete lie. But anyway. 2030 nominees are NZ, PNG, USA, and South Africa only. Oh yeah, I made a video on that. I actually made a whole last video about that. It's a good point. Yeah, sorry, but I think, was I asked who should? Like, I sort of loved it to have been France. But yeah, of those ones, surely Australia is still one. If not, then I think New Zealand is the most realistic. Fiji have been rigged without their players due to the corrupted NRL. Not even slightly true, love. Not even a little bit true. Name me one Fijian player that isn't playing due to the NRL. Egg says, dude, I backed the tune after I remind you I'm contractually obligated. That's fine. You know, none of us are born perfect. Just to check, did the NDIS cover for the fact that you're a Newcastle supporter? I hope that was an okay thing to say. Still, they will come up. Yes, I mean, I hope they will. I hope Fiji will come up. But yeah, that's a very, very big jump from they've been rigged without their players due to the corrupted NRL. Fiji, as I say though, Coruscant could have been in this team. Kickout could have been in this team. Campbell Gillard could have been in this team. The 2 Saifidi brothers could have been in this team. They've got a good team. Anyway. RS, I don't say it purely to spite my younger audience. And there's a knock-on from Fiji. My God. He says, as I'm literally also in the middle of NDIS stuff for the kid. That is very insensitive. You should check, though. You should check if it covers it while you're on the website. NRL should make it mandatory if you don't have an injury, you play for your nation. Well, this is the thing, though. You can't do that. Because what's an injury? A player who doesn't want to play will just say, well, my leg is sore. And that's it. So. Alfred says, I think nobody cares to play International Rugby League. It's not worth it. See, that's weird because I could have sworn that I'm seeing 34 people right now playing International Rugby League. I could have sworn. But I don't know. Might be seeing things. Admittedly, it is very, very warm in this room. They're going to take a shot for goal. Yo, Reece Martin. Reece Martin's backing himself. He's got 8 out of 8 conversions. And he's like, do you know what? I'm going to put my 100% record in this game on the line to kick for 2. Oh, Kalani, it has to be. There's actually no question about that. Like, zero question whatsoever. That is gorgeous. Utterly gorgeous. Do they play on the same side of the field, though? I think they do. Rough work for Fiji. Rough work. Legman, can Fiji come back? Expat, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. What they need to do is kick a... I mean, it'll be a 33-point field goal. Which you can do if you start it across the Pacific Ocean. Looks like Jerome Luai ditched Samoa for Fiji. You mean PNG? He's trying to show up Val Holmes for the long-range goals. The old Pat Richards. Martin lines it up. He hits it. Oh. He's got it, by the way. That's actually a joke. That's actually immense. That is so incredible. 50. They were not favorites coming into this game and they scored 50. If you ever wanted a lesson in the passion that PNG play with and the passion that the PNG fans show, look at what you're seeing right now. They just put 50 points on in a game where they weren't even favorites. 2028 can't come soon enough, in my opinion. The PNG Chiefs, they're going to be here. They're going to be fierce and they're going to be there to compete. Big up. If you are watching from Papua New Guinea, congratulations to you. I love you all. I love my PNG supporters. My career started with PNG supporters because I put Justin Oldham in my first ever thumbnail. Unintentionally, the entire nation of Papua New Guinea watched that video. So I love you all. You're a massive part of my community. Thank you. Alrighty. So I do have to go, unfortunately, because I've got so many things to do in terms of study. But if any of you absolute mad dogs are going to stay up and watch the Ashes, I will be here. And if it's anything like last week's stream, it's going to be very funny. Because I don't know what it is. Late at night, my brain changes and I just like, all the inhibitions go down and I'm just like properly drunk energy. So it's good. It's good. But I will leave it there. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for hanging out. And I will talk to you all at 1:30 a.m. tonight. See ya.